Yeah, actually, for all you guys, I can't remember the last time we were able to talk to Michigan State players after a practice during Michigan week. So, give us a breakdown. How was this first big practice of Michigan week?
I say it's good, man. Came out fired up. A lot of people just like any other week, we all just fired up, ready to get out there and try to make our mark in practice and perfect our craft.
I think we came out here focused today, definitely. I mean, it's Michigan week. It's something special every year. So I think the guys were, they're all focused in, ready to go.
Yeah, just like a regular Tuesday, we all come out there enthusiastic, trying to execute the new game plan to the best of our abilities and just find our way with it. So,
for Shilique and Marcus, it's been 1,102 days since Michigan scored a touchdown against Michigan State. For you guys to continue to perform at that level of dominance, what do you think are some keys, obviously not game plan, but keys that you think you guys need to really be conscious of on Saturday?
I would say, it kind of goes into, our every week game plan. Dominate up front, be gap sound, none of that, but, take the coaching and understand it, get a better understanding that's for the man that's across from you and, just try to, as a defensive line, wreak havoc in the backfield. I mean, just trusting, know where your help is, because, defense is knowing where your help is, So, that's the biggest factor. Just know where your help is and know that, the man across from you or the man that's behind you is going to do his job to the best of his abilities, and, positive things will come out of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Shilique pretty much covered it. It starts up front. We're learning a lot from our past games. Some teams have hit some big plays on us, and we've been learning from that, watching film, and so hopefully we'll apply that this weekend.
Marcus, if you could expand on that a little bit, what kind of things have you learned from past games in terms of things that opponents have done, and what have you worked on?
I mean, just making sure you're working your technique every single down. Because I mean, if you're lacking technique, they're good players on the line, past opponents. I mean, there's times that we get out of position, and guys that we've been playing recently, running backs, they're athletic and they can make big plays. So it's just a matter of being consistent every play, making sure that we're, like Shilique said, gap sound, making sure we're doing our job every single play.
And for Marcus again, correct me if I'm wrong here, but you were pretty close to going to Michigan, and then a last-minute visit here kind of changed your mind. Is that right?
I mean, I wouldn't say pretty close. It was just a matter of how many visits I went to Michigan. I mean, it was probably 3 or 4. And then I got the offer from Michigan State. It was no-brainer, just make the visit. And everything turned out well.
So you feel you've made the right choice?
I would say so.
For Shilique and Marcus again, but it's about Tony. Watching those catches that he makes, you guys are too young to remember, but the Willie Mays catch he made on Saturday. You guys see some of the magician type stuff he's doing right now, catching the football. Looking at you guys on the sidelines, watching up at replays, what are your thoughts?
I can actually give you a little insight on that. I've been basically paying off the other DBs to let him, get open and make these catches. So let's not make him out to be something he's not. No, I'm only joking. Seeing those guys on offense, make these amazing catches or these amazing runs, it kind of pumps you up as a defense, and it gets you ready for your opportunity to get on the field. We have a lot of faith in our offense and the faith that they're going to score. So when they put points on the board, it makes it a lot lighter for the defense, to go out there, and I wouldn't say it gives us more opportunity to make mistakes, but it gives us a little room for margin for error. So it is nice to see them out there, clicking together though, because it makes us, confident in our team, and then it makes us want to click on defense also.
I mean, it's more of an inspiration, I think, for the defense. I think for the seniors as well. Tony's coming out and he's dominating right now. He's making big plays, and that's what Coach D expected of the seniors, and just kind of inspires all of us, offense and defense, to just keep working, make big plays, and that's our job.
This one's for Marcus and Shilique. I guess compared to other games, how does this one stack up on how nasty it can be in the trenches?
Pardon me, say that again?
I guess compared to other games, how nasty does this one get in the trenches for you guys?
I mean, it's a rivalry game. I mean, it builds up, I think, the day after last year's game. As soon as that game's over, you're already ready to play them again. So it's a year-round thing, and everyone's fired up. So yeah, it gets pretty nasty in there. Both teams are in Michigan. We don't like each other. We respect each other, but I think we don't like each other. So things happen. You get a little feisty, and as a D line, O-line, and that's all. That's a given in football.
I definitely say I agree with him. It's a rivalry game, so it's going to be a lot of passion, within the play. So on offense and defense, we're both looking for those inches. So by any means, we're trying to get those inches.
Tony, you're obviously this is a Detroit guy. It's got to be a big rivalry for you as well. But when you hear their coach talking about who they have to stop is you, can you talk about how far you've come since maybe the first time you played in this rivalry, what it means to be such a big part of it now at this point?
Experience kind of made me into the person I am today. I didn't play against them for a while. I didn't been exposed to the rivalry and the blood between each other. And I just try to be consistent in what I do, daily, weekly, and everything. How I prepare for the game and how I get mentally, physically prepared, and just try to go out there and make plays. It's a good thing for them to say I'm one of the players that they need to stop or something like that. But I don't really look at it like that because I still know it's a lot more room for me to get better out there. So that's basically what I'm gonna be focusing on.
Just for all three of you guys, if you could dig up a bad memory for me, losing in Ann Arbor. We were talking with Connor and Twan earlier, and they were saying that after the game, when you lost in Ann Arbor, that their players came over to the sidelines and that things were said. It was what do you remember about that loss? What made it so bitter, and how did, I guess, Michigan pour fuel on the fire after the loss to leave Twan and Connor upset like that?
They did run over there on the sideline after they won toward the end of the game on the last second field goal, and it was a good play by the kicker. A good play before that from Denard Robinson throwing to I think number 9. But they just ran over on the sideline, with full of enthusiasm. They're happy to win. A few things were said, but it wasn't really nothing. So that's what I remember from it.
I could just kind of go off what they said. A loss is a loss to me. Losing in general was never fun, so it always leaves a sour taste in your mouth, and that's just what I remember. Just losing in general, and not wanting that to ever happen again.
Yeah, just being a competitor in general, and then just playing Michigan, the whole build-up, and then not accomplishing the goal that you have. It's never a good feeling. So, and that's really how I felt. Just kind of down, your heart sunk in. But you got to move forward, move on to the next.
This question is for all three of you guys. What do you like the most about this rivalry, or better yet, what's the best part about it? Is it the week leading up to it, or is it when the game comes, or is it during the game?
I would say all of it combined. Leading up to it, not even just a week prior to it, yearly around, just knowing that you get another shot at playing them. And I would probably say all phases tied up into one, so all of them is kind of important just as the other.
Yeah, I would agree. The sense of a rivalry game on your schedule, it kind of brings life to your season. No matter if if it's up or down, there's always that monumental moment that you just wait to play those guys. And like I said, it doesn't matter if you have a losing record or a winning record. You always bring passion to that game, and there's always some life in that game that can make or break your season.
Definitely the build-up. I look forward to just the intensity of the entire week. You can feel it within the players. It's kind of hard to contain it sometimes, but it's an exciting game. That's what you play football for here.
For Shilique and Marcus, just wondering what you've seen out of Devin Gardner on film, and what are kind of the keys to containing him?
He's definitely an athletic guy. He's always been an athletic guy. He can throw the ball. He can also run the ball. So you got to watch for, it's kind of hard as a D lineman because you want to get a good pass rush, but at the same time you got to watch for him scrambling. So that's what he does well.
I would agree. Very shifty guy. Does a great job of being elusive, even when you know, his tackles don't hold up or his guards don't hold up. He does a great job of, you know, making plays off of broken plays. So I think the biggest thing is just being aggressive and I would say just putting them in the well, I guess.
Just for Marcus and Shilique again, sorry, Tony. You played defense before, maybe you can answer this, but the minus 48 yards rushing last year was obviously a big deal. Do you guys still talk about that much anymore, look back at that? And I guess the second part of that is more about Coach Narduzzi and what is his intensity like and how important is he in a week like this when emotions are so high?
I mean, you guys pretty much see him, you know, in the fourth quarter of any game, so it's nothing different from that. He always has passion for the game, you know, it never changes. His attitude never changes towards any team. He wants to win and he wants perfection, you know, so I'm not going to say that he's not excited for this game because I'm pretty sure he is, but from what I've seen him, you know, over the years, he's been excited for every game, you know. It's a new opportunity for his defense to go out there and make a name for themselves, but, I mean, we definitely, I mean, we watched the film, we watched what we've done well, but we've also been, you know, very critical of that game, you know, when it was negative 48 yards. So we're just trying to make improvement on it, you know. We're not looking at it and gloating or anything. We're trying to improve upon it more so than, you know, look at it and just be like, wow, we did a great job. Because there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, I mean, Shilique pretty much summed it up. You can't be content. I mean, especially with our defense, we're trying to be a better defense than we were last year. And we're focusing on, you know, the task ahead. We're not really looking back. What we did last year against Michigan, it's a new year, new team, so we're just trying to dominate again, and you know, that's what we're practicing for this week.
Okay, I got two questions, and I'll give Shilique time to remember his. What I'm going to ask you, Shilique, is you said in Chicago that when you first came here, you said Michigan instead of Michigan State, and we know that you really didn't follow college football closely, so I'll let you think about how you want to tell that story, but I'll start out with Tony. What was your recruitment like to the University of Michigan? How much interest did they show?
I guess I was a quarterback when I was getting recruited by them, and I guess it was kind of on and off. I was really going to camp, you know, playing receiver some, playing quarterback some. So it was like an on and off process. It was never really nothing solid there, so I guess that's how it was.
When you say nothing solid, they didn't offer you then?
No, they didn't offer me.
All right, Shilique, how did this Michigan thing go down?
What do you mean by how did it go down? What exactly do you
You said that you referred to Michigan. You said you referred to Michigan State as Michigan, and your teammates here let you know very quickly that that was a different.
It was a subtle, you know, approach to me, you know, just letting me know and informing me that, you know, we're a whole totally different university. And it was more so when I got here. I was able to figure that out. I mean, yeah, I'm from New Jersey, so let's not, you know, kill me now, all right? Don't put the dagger in my bag. Try to throw me under the bus so early. But no, it was just, you know, we just communicated and just said that, you know, it's two totally different schools, you know, and we'll keep it like that.
But just to clarify though, it didn't make any difference to you because you didn't. The whole thing was you didn't follow college football really close enough to know much about all the schools across the country, right?
Well, it did make a difference. If I was choosing to come here, it makes a big difference. I mean, you want to be straight on what school you're attending, and you definitely don't want to mix up the two because there's, like I said, there's a big rivalry between the two. So I would never want to disrespect this university nor my teammates by calling them something that they're not.
This question's just for Tony. Tony?
Brady chiming in, man. Go ahead. You open the door.
You can jump in, that's fine. No, Brady Hope made a big point of bringing you up the other day, talking about how well you played and how you're a big focus for them. Just wondering, have you noticed the big change in the last few weeks in terms of being double more bracketed, more, you know, more attention, and what do you expect from Michigan this week?
Yeah, I noticed being doubled a little bit more attention, being focused on me a little bit. I mean, I just try to approach the game the same way. If somebody, I mean, if they came up to me and, you know, try to double team me, I just try to manipulate as much as I can to get open. And I don't really face it like that at practice, so it'll be something I have to just, you know, adjust on the fly with, and some of that nature. But a few teams have double covered me before, and I guess I kind of figure out a little way to attack it just a little bit better.
I've actually played a little DB from time to time, and Tony has not gotten open on me, so just for you guys, if way to stop Tony Lippett, push a leak in, you know.
We got two left back there in the Honda.
You guys have actually been the underdog in a lot of these games against Michigan over the years, and this year that's not the case. You know, I've seen lines as high as 17.5 points favoring you. Does that change the way that this rivalry feels at all for you guys?
Nope. I mean, we kind of like being an underdog. Even if we're not, we still always striving for excellence. We always still trying to figure out ways that we can beat a team or things we can do to get better. We don't just praise ourselves on things we do well. That's what's kind of Coach Antonio instilled in us, to always, you know, seek further. It's always more room to improve out there. So.
You said it all.
Guys, when Tony was a freshman, he mimicked Denard Robinson in practice, and Max Bola and the defense came off the field, basically, talking about Tony had played better as Denard than Denard was playing that day in practice and how they prepared. I'm curious, can you tell me who's played Devin this week? I mean, obviously this is the first day, but who played Devin and your thoughts on their performance?
I mean, we're not going to give too much insight, but the person that played Devin did a very great job today. We'll leave it at that. No names, no names. It's classified information.
For Marcus and Tony, just what is this week like, and how is it different knowing that this is your last time playing Michigan?
I mean, just kind of an eye-opener. I mean, it is our last time playing Michigan, so we want to definitely go out on a bang. There would be nothing worse than losing to Michigan your senior year, so we're definitely, I think the seniors are, they're amped, especially for this game, and ready to go.
We know it's our last go around, and we was able to witness the seniors previous years, how they went out against this team, and we just want to, like you said, go out on top, and just know that at the end of the day we put our best foot forward and preparing and getting ready for that game. So at the end of the day, that's what we look forward to.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Shilique, you can answer that question too if you want.
I mean, I have another year, man. Trying to kick me out